Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa. Welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. Tonight, I will be your captain, and I'll have a co-captain, but you'll have to stick around and find out who that is. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to press that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the show, set your notifications to all so that you don't miss any of the hot topics or fire content. Queens and kings on the agenda today, we have the celebrity, psychic, medium, medical intuitive, Alexyss K. Tylor, but that's not all. She's an author, a speaker, and public access channel host. Alexyss K. Tylor presents a world in which women are uninhibited, unafraid, and completely aware of vagina power. As the mainstream media double down on the objectification inherent in pole dance culture, Tylor presents a new paradigm of female expression and relationships in which gender is plumbed by neither penis nor vagina is a weapon. Another little history, but this one is about Jackie O. Jackie O was born Jacklyn Smith. She died in Miami earlier this month at the age of 32. She was found unresponsible in their hotel room after returning from getting a mommy makeover, a type of plastic surgery. The couple shared 3 children together, Nova 6, Nyla 2, and Prince Nehemiah 10 months. And, she was with DC Young Fly. Well, we have a lot to get into, so let's get into it.
Never say they want it. Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have it breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you can't vibe. I can get it to you right, baby.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and do our royal roll call. We have Guided Light 89 in the building. Hello and greetings to you. She says, greetings, chat. Greetings. All right, guys. So the video that I'm going to pull up is going to be a point of reference. If you guys do not know about Alexyss K. Tylor, she is a psychic medium, medical intuitive, tarot reader. I mean, she pretty much does it all. And shout out to all the ancestors that are at her altar right now that is lending us her time. Okay, and let's not forget that she is the daughter of the late Jacky Wilson. Rest in peace to him. We will be here tonight to discuss Jackie O in her late days. And so rest in peace to her. So this video was about 3 weeks ago. Alexyss went live. And the name of the video is Jackie O Satanic Sacrifice, Hidden Enemies, Fake Friends. If you guys can see right here, this was streamed 3 weeks ago. So this will be our point of reference. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the content.
Again, we're live. Welcome to this segment of AKT Celebrity Reads. I'm your host, Alexyss K. Tylor. We're going to get back into more with DC Young Fly and Jackie O, Jacklyn Smith. Now, when I'm looking it up on Google, it says she's born November 3rd, 1990, which will make her 32 years old. She physically died May 31st, 2023. Okay. She's still speaking. She's such a sweet baby. She doesn't understand what happened to her. She doesn't understand why. She's very fragmented and very torn. I haven't seen this before. Hello, everybody. Hi, Justo. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi, everybody. Please, the people that love me and support me, hit my Cash App and make a clap. My Cash App in the chat is one word: Queen Drip King Nip. Queen Drip King Nip. Queen Drip King Nip. I have a blue candle on my Cash App page so people will know it's me and not someone else pretending to be me. Thank you, baby, for sharing that. She's still talking and she's confused right now. She's out of the physical body, but also out of the astral body. The soul has been disconnected from the spiritual and the astral and the mind. She does not have a good sense of direction or depth perception. What she's seeing now, and I'm seeing some woman is fucking with her on the other side, a black female and two white females. They're teaming up. And I actually saw there was a celebration. Three women were celebrating when she was pronounced physically dead. And I believe some of these are in Miami. So it's kind of confusing to me because I see a female that knew her that was there. And she was like, how could you let me down? How could you do this to me? I thought you were my friend. How could you leave me hanging? Like she felt backstabbed and set up by this friend. There was a male there, another female. So these must have been hotel employees. And I wonder what medical personnel or what people she had there assisting her. I wonder, did she pay for a nurse and medical personnel?
Said that shit 3 weeks ago. That was before they said that the aunt was there, right?
Yes.
Damn. Girl, you real good at taking excerpts and shit. After you hear it all, whenever you feel like it, you clean it up, listen to it, and you want to take pieces to play with. Girl, put the fucking shit out. Because that's dated to prove I said it before they said the aunt was down there. I said a black beef from Atlanta and said, how could you do me like this?
You did. And this is 3.
God dang, I forgot I said it. Mm-hmm. So people won't say I'm lying. You just played the right motherfucking ring.
Listen, Jacky wants the story out. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome our celebrity royal guest. This is the one, the only, face card never declines, Alexyss K. Tylor.
Hi, baby. It's such a pleasure to be here with you
again. And likewise. Yes. And so I did give you a beautiful introduction, but I want you to bless the people with your own. Let the people know who you are, where they can find you, and what it is that you do for those that are just now tuning in.
I think you did it perfectly. You don't need me to do anything but, okay, my name is Alexyss K. Tylor. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was raised in a really oppressive religious environment in the Bible Belt down south, where they teach the girls they have no power and abuse and use them and let the men in the family and the preacher molest and rape them and prostitute and exploit them, and basically say they have no power because they have a vagina, but then honor the men that take the power from the little girls before they develop and become grown. So I have a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse, and after I went through all of that and didn't have the right role models to lead me and guide me, and my mother wouldn't let my father come around, I got the concept and the spiritual sexual philosophy of vagina power through vagina pain. And I went everywhere trying to get on the air, even trying to get my radio license to speak about this and help the women become powerful and heal the wounded little girl within. Nobody wanted me around, and none of the men wanted me around to talk about that. All these industries are based on exploitation and controlled by men that are very narcissistic and egotistical and have a God complex. And unfortunately, some of the women are the same way and conform. So I couldn't get in because I didn't want to play the game. The only place I could go in 2006 was Public Access, People TV. And they let me on there. And when I did, I became viral. People loved it. I was new. I was different. Nobody ever said Vagina Power on TV. I had the nerve to name a show that and to write a book. Started writing and teaching about the power of the pussy. You know, the pussy police, the pussy preacher. They started coming up with all these nicknames for me. And then they couldn't take me on TV. So they did what they could to get me off of there. And I went on YouTube. I went viral on YouTube, viral all over the internet. A lot of places interviewed me, like True TV, BET, Playboy Radio. I was all over the place. People talking about I did the Maury show. You can see that excerpt on YouTube. And so that's how I became known. And, you know, then I had to go off the radar because I got very ill. I was poisoned, unfortunately, by someone I trusted at a health food store in LA. And yet I also did Tosh.0. People were sharing that on Instagram.
Yeah.
They made me viral from my old shows. Those now become classic shows on TikTok and Instagram. I could not believe it. So the younger generation has brought me back up and made me hot again. You know, so I'm honored to be here. But yeah, that's a little bit about my background.
Thank you so much. And I want to send out, you know, my apologies for the things that you did have to go through, but I have to admire you for staying in the game and reaching out and touching back. I am the younger generation, and when I had come across your content, I immediately got hooked. And so I want to personally say thank you so much. And we will have more times where you are back here. And I believe the ladies need to know about Vagina Power. Do you agree?
The ladies
And
the
gentlemen.
men. Yes, and I don't discriminate. We have women that are born feeling like men. We have men born feeling like women. And so then they transition and become beautiful women and sexually appealing to men and then have a relationship with men, or, you know, some have men and women. So whichever soul is dominant, whichever soul and personality of the soul is dominant in the person will take on the vagina power, energy, and philosophy because that's what they wanted to experience in this lifetime of reincarnate, or take on the penis power. Because I also teach about vagina power, penis power, and sperm power because they all have spiritual significance and genetic material that is etheric before it becomes physical. So I teach the metaphysics of sex because your sex organs are not just for sex, for physical sex and physical pleasure. They're also connected to the very soul and the energy of you that brought you here. So many people get the key from what I talk about and they laugh and think it's funny, but I did it that way to get the Black community that they considered low and unintelligent, that didn't read, or they would be intimidated by somebody with all these degrees. I kind of did the edutainment, education / with entertainment, to try to get them to, you know, slip the knowledge in while I'm being entertaining. Unfortunately, a lot of these people chose to see the low side of it and just get the laugh out of it or laugh at me and took me as the joke. But they the ones the joke is on them because I carry the spiritual, sexual science, the metaphysics of vagina power, penis power, sperm power. If you don't know the metaphysics of who you are and you don't know yourself and your truth to yourself, it doesn't matter how good you are sexually, how cute you are. You're still going to be cute, getting screwed, and be alone. Grow older and be alone and get played on.
All right. So yeah, we'll definitely have you back for the penis and vagina power. Now, this clip that I'm playing, this was 3 weeks ago. Now, some people might ask, well, how does she know this?
That's good. That's good. You're asking me?
Yes.
Well, that runs in my family. My mother was a preacher, a teacher, an evangelist, and she was a prophet. So she was trained like in Baltimore seminary, theological seminary there, and spent a lot of time in California being trained as well as going to Africa. But this is a natural gift that runs through our family. There's a lot of Native American people in my family, and one's mixed with Black, so-called Black or African descent, as well as European descent. So a lot of them with the Native American are seers, are healers. I met some of my relatives before they physically died, and they would be sick or have somebody that's sick. Their spirit would tell them to get up and go outside in the woods. And they knew what tree, what leaf, what weed on the ground that looked like a useless weed to pick up, come, boil it, cure, put in oil, whatever, make a medicine out of it, a tincture, and the person would get well without having to go to a so-called educated medical doctor, or would see storms and knew how to talk to the storms, talk to the wind, see when somebody was going to die, someone evil, someone you could trust, someone you could not trust, prophesying. People would fly down to Atlanta when I was a little girl just to get a prophetic message from my mother. My grandmother was also that way, but she would kind of run from the gift. My great-grandmother was that way, but she would run from the gift. And I saw other people in my family like that. I was just laughing, girl, because a few minutes ago, I showed you pictures of it. I sent on Instagram. I should have texted you. I have the altar lit right now, and I showed you pictures. I was going to go live from the altar because I wasn't dressed up today. I had a heavy day. So you could see the pictures of how the candles were just looking. And I briefly went live and told about my experience today with Nipsey and the designer friend that just died in a car accident, Chris Spato Printup, who's from Venice and became a very successful designer, and he was tragically injured, Native American. And girl, a few minutes ago, I cooked the food on the altar, and I eat it. My girlfriend Shannon and some other people come over here, and they give a donation for a plate. But the cats, girl, also, it's a beautiful jet black cat. The animals will come up and eat the food off the altar with us. So.
Oh wow! Okay. Okay.
They're about to eat some Cajun collard greens right now with the sausages and scrimps, and not shrimp, scrimps in it. They eat some macaroni and cheese, girl, and some yellow cornbread.
Okay. So when you say the altar, I know what you mean. So your altar is for those that visit your home. I know Jacky.
If you want to pay tribute to someone that you love, it could be a blood loved one or just someone that you love, a celebrity, anybody that you want to honor that physically died in a tragic way. And you still, they are down here and they don't want to leave, and they still want energy from this world. They want energy from somebody that's physically alive because they need help. And especially if they've been brutally butchered up and murdered through trauma, car accident, murder, stabbing, shooting, anything like that. And they still want to be here because they have work to do. When you play their music, when you spray their perfume, when you put their favorite foods there, when you talk to them and you just genuinely give them love, and you light a candle or just a glass of water, they don't have to be as extravagant as me and cook all the foods and things that the person. That's still a person. People say, oh, that's a ghost, that's a spirit. No, you're ignorant. That's still the same person. That's still their heart, their mind, and soul intact inside of the spiritual body, the astral body. If they are coherent, like Jacky, at first she was scared, and these three demonic females, and one black one, an older female I said, and a younger one, I knew they was from Atlanta. I seen they ass, and I seen one look like they white with white, bright red hair. One look Hispanic looking and mixed, and see, that looked like them girls that's around her. And that girl, they called herself her twin. I knew they knew what the fuck had happened, and they had something to do with sacrificing that goddamn girl to come up. That's what she was telling me. She said they chased me. I said, whoa, I don't know how they get my address, Queen. But I said, stop running. She came upstairs, knew what my bedroom was. And she said, come here. And you'll stop running. What do you see? And I saw behind her, they tried to attack me, tried to kill me, because they knew I was telling her and I was helping her and I was exposing it. I knew there was women close to her, and I knew one was an older black female with money. And I didn't know till you played it, girl. I don't remember everything I say because I be in trance and I said something. And my mind, then a lot of times I don't sleep at night because they come in here. And I said, you want a candle? They say your color's pink. Is that true? She said, yeah. So I had to put a candle up there. I said, you want something to eat? And they were saying she didn't eat meat. And I said, that's fine. All these veggies, because, baby, we eat meat over here. So you don't have to get the meat, but we got a plate full of veggies and greens and things. Get what you want. And so I started talking to her, and she was so scared. She was terrified, and she was fragmented because they had put this demon on her, and the demon was trying to take the rest of her soul. So that's what you have the altars for. But let me tell you this. I thought about that shit. Girl, did you see that movie? She was in, I think, what that movie was called? Where she was going on audition to get a modeling job. And they ended up killing her, girl, and mummifying her, like freezing her face and freezing her body. And her eyes look real popped, and her face looked like a mummy face or zombie face. You seen that?
You know what? I didn't physically see the movie because I kind of be careful about what I'm watching, but it was as though she mimicked her own outing.
Yeah. Where they froze her in time. So she stays beautiful at a young age. I've heard a lot of people say that gay men as well as younger women that are in entertainment and acting, they rather die young and beautiful than live a long time, be old and ugly. But we know with technology now, you don't have to be ugly. But they want to die frozen in time. I don't think she knew. She was innocent. She wasn't a Satanist. She didn't sacrifice anybody. She wasn't gonna sacrifice her children. She didn't sell her soul directly. But see, as I had said, when you look at the other readings, and you're free to upload them and share them, I don't care. Okay. She had done contracts with Wild and Out, and that one there that run that show is
Nick Cannon.
Soul. That's why he says sick and stuff, and he sell other people and set them up, and all those women, a lot of those, they put them in position to sell their soul through their booty hole, prostitute and compromise themselves. So you could sign a contract with the industry to sing, to dance, to act, to have contracts with them for makeup and shoes and clothes. You don't directly realize those companies so big and strong because they're ran by certain demons, certain houses of them, secret occult groups run these networks, and you have to secretly answer to them. If you're not directly in it, they'll see over time if they're going to offer to bring you to the parties or recruit you, or if you don't, you will still indirectly, they control the energy behind your wealth, how you rise, or if you fall, or if you never rise. So they agreed to bring her up and help her rise up in the industry, but someone must have agreed that they were not going to keep her for a long period of time. And two, is also, she's so naive, it's the associations. The female she was associating with that would have gladly pretended to be her friend, like the one that tried to get a body like her, call her twin, look like her, act like her, walk like her, talk like her. See, you don't fuck with nobody that do that. Because anybody time somebody around you trying to walk like you, talk like you, act like you, look like you, dress like you, people, that's a form of a spell. And if you don't know that, and they're more powerful than you, and they're doing the magic on you, they finna sacrifice your ass because they want to be you, and they jealous of you. They will use that to take your soul out of your body. And if you don't have any protection on you, they put that curse on you, and then you doing a movie, and she was not discerning, and her auntie and these older women was around her. They said, baby, don't do that, because this is what's going to happen to you. And they get the scripts first. They have to learn the script to play the role. She was so anxious, and she murdered the girl in there, the black girl that had bribed the guy, bisexual guy or something, to get the role. First, you're going to give it to Jacky. Oh, she's like, am I beautiful enough? He said, you're more beautiful than any girl, and you don't have to worry about it. And then he changed his mind and gave it to a black girl. She said, I got it. And I think it was something she was blackmailing the guy with. And then she said, oh, really? You got it? And then Jacky, after she was walking away, got behind the girl back and put a rope around her neck strangled her. And they said, where is she? And Jacky said, I don't know. You need to go ahead and use me. He said, no, I'm looking for her. She said, and she had drug her body into a bathroom stall and locked the door. The girl was there. And they said, okay, well, come on. We guess we'll use you. The other girl's not around. She did not know that role was to turn her into a corpse, literally frozen in time. And you see, she's laying there in the coffin, frozen, face frozen, cannot move in time. And I said, and I felt such a demonic energy when I looked at her body and I saw those girls come up there and I saw that other one. But at first I was confused. I thought that woman was related to DC when she said she called me Mom T, and I came out here in Atlanta, and y'all thank y'all for adopting me to y'all family, and I'm here to stay. When I seen the paperwork part the other day, I realized that that was her daddy's sister. And then somebody sent me the video of the Vegan Queens where she made the sister, the partner, and a couple other girls. So basically I could tell she financed it. But she was happy and saying, I don't know if she cooked anything, because when I looked at the food, I said, that don't look like no soul food, like no bacon soul food, like a hamburger or something with a pack of Lay's tater chip on the table. And I said, the aunt, she's an older woman, she supposed to know how to throw down. I was like, man, I said, the fuck? I said, they use that girl. But she's so sweet and naive. She's just like, yes, we doing this together. We got a bacon restaurant. We done started. And I said, they done got ownership in that company, and they just use her to front their damn money. She used her damn niece, and the daddy, I knew the daddy was treacherous but very shrewd and cunning. I knew he was spying on his daughter. That's the way he doing that. But that dad keeps saying it's Minister X, the spirit telling him this, the spirit telling him that. You must have known your daughter was getting ready to goddamn be knocked off then. Why you didn't step in and do nothing about it? That's what I don't understand. You're stepping in now and you're trying to dominate and control everything and lock all the knowledge down. But why you didn't lock down that death spirit on that goddamn girl? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And so with this, I do want to refer back to your video, your reading that you did 3 weeks ago. And everybody, I did put this link into the chat. Is Jacky O's Satanic Sacrifice, Hidden Enemies, Fake Friends. I did post a link over to Alexyss K. Tylor and watch the full thing. But I do want to just take it back for you guys that are just now coming in. We're going to take this back. This was 3 weeks ago when Alexyss...
the date out, baby. What's the date on it? Because I forgot I said that before it came out.
This was June 8th, 2023.
And I think them girls, didn't they do that interview? That was after June 8th when they did not say before June 8th that the Aunty, not Aunty was down there with Jacky.
Okay, so if you're out there, you guys check out the Paperwork Party. And if you know the Paperwork Party, definitely let him know that we are definitely watching. I'm taking notes. I see what his goal is. I know that he's been on this case as well. Alexyss K. Tylor, have you met Paperwork Party, or have you heard of his channel?
No, I never met him, but I love the show.
Okay.
He confirmed some of the things that I said. Just like when he had the girls on there, and I went to B Simone channel and listened. And the one that called herself Jacky's twin said the auntie called. They talked to Jacky the day she got down there to do the surgery. And then the next day, the auntie called and said she passed. So that's when I knew. I said it. Everybody kept saying, other readers said she was alone. She didn't have nobody. She got all that money. Why would she stay in a hotel like that? And there wasn't no top hotel. And why would she be down there by herself? And I kept saying, I don't give a fuck what they told you. That girl went by herself. It was an older black woman down there, and it was a young one tied to it. It was a man. It was a young one, and I saw an older one with money, which probably the daddy. I said that goddamn shit when people kept telling me that's not what the other psychics said. I don't give a fuck what they said. I stand on what the fuck I said. I'm so glad I stood on that shit because I knew she wasn't by herself. I knew it was a black female with an older one, and the younger was in the shit.
Right. And that's why your face card never declines. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and rewind this for the people that are just now coming in here. we only give facts around here. I know a lot of people, when they hear like a psychic giving information, they're like, oh my God, I don't believe. So listen, instead of going through all that, I'm gonna pull up the facts and we'll be right back, guys.
We are again. We're live. Welcome to this segment of AKT Celebrity Reads. I'm your host, Alexyss K. Tylor. We're going to get back into more with DC Young Fly and Jacky O, Jacklyn Smith. Now, when I'm looking it up on Google, it says she's born November 3rd, 1990, which will make her 32 years old. She physically died May 31st, 2023. Okay. She's still speaking. She's such a sweet baby. She doesn't understand what happened to her. She doesn't understand why. She's very fragmented and very torn. I haven't seen this before. Hello, everybody. Hi, Justo. Hi, baby. Hi, everybody. Please, the people that love me and support me, hit my Cash App and make a clap. Put my Cash App in the chat. Is one word: Queen Drip King Nip. Queen Drip King Nip. Queen Drip King Nip. I have a blue candle on my Cash App page so people will notice me and not someone else pretending to be me. Thank you, baby, for sharing that. She's still talking and she's confused right now. She's out of the physical body, but also out of the astral body. The soul has been disconnected from the spiritual and the astral and the mind. She does not have a good sense of direction or depth perception. What she's seeing now, and I'm seeing some woman is fucking with her on the other side, a black female and two white females. They're teaming up. And I actually saw there was a celebration. Three women were celebrating when she was pronounced physically dead. And I believe some of these are in Miami. So it's kind of confusing to me because I see a female that knew her that was there. And she was like, how could you let me down? How could you do this to me? I thought you were my friend. How could you leave me hanging? Like she felt backstabbed and set up by this friend. There was a male there, another female. So these must have been hotel employees. And I wonder what medical personnel or what people she had there assisting her. I wonder if she paid for a nurse and medical personnel to watch over her and make sure that she was okay, because she's feeling betrayed and saying they did not. So hopefully we'll find out if she paid for the medical service and for someone to clean her and give her medication. And I'm still wondering who was there giving her medication. She was on something because she told me she had been given something to relax her and put her to sleep. So she was in and out of consciousness, like I said in the first reading, but she also at the doctor's office was in and out of consciousness. She was feeling funny. She wasn't feeling that good. So it made me wonder, was she alert enough to walk? I doubt it. Getting right up out of surgery, off the table, she wasn't walking. If she had to lay down and make sure she was stable, probably put in a wheelchair. After what she had done to her, she couldn't stand straight up and be alert. Her body wasn't strong. She just went through a lot of trauma. Surgery is trauma to the body. Even if it's surgery to do a good thing or make a correction, it's still trauma to the body, and it puts the body in shock. So the body has to recover. And it also depends on your attitude. This doctor is working to cover all of his legal angles to make sure he does not go to jail and he is not disbarred for years, for a long period of time. He's making sure he dots his I's, crosses his T's, and that the lying ass staff that works for him is going along with it. Because this girl started having problems inside that doctor's office after that surgery, because it was something dealing with anesthesia during the surgery. And when I'm looking at her brain, I'm seeing there was a glitch in her brain and also in the central nervous system. Because when I look at the spinal cord and I look at the nerves that reach out and go into the whole abdominal pelvic area, the whole front of the stomach, side of the stomach, back of the stomach, tailbone, hips and legs, going down into the feet. The nerve was nicked. One of her nerves was nicked and damaged. I wonder, was her bowel perforated? Is it perforated or perforated? Probably pronouncing it wrong. Like torn, nicked. Because I see blood in the abdomen. Under the muscle, under the abdominal muscle. And I'm wondering, did she get lipo? Did she get 360 lipo? Or did she just get lipo in the front? And did she get anything done to her vagina? Because this is the area she keeps going at and showing me the navel. And then beneath the navel, on the pubic bone, like right there on top of the vagina. And so that makes me really wonder. And then she's saying, I can't walk. I can't walk. So I'm wondering, did it affect one leg more than the other? And or it's, I'm wondering too about an artery. Was there something in the artery? Was there a blood clot in the artery? Was there fat in the artery? If she was lipo, did it accidentally move into the artery and travel up the artery to the heart? Because it looks like one chamber of her heart was clogged. Well, did she have a heart issue, or did she get a heart issue during the surgery? It was like the way she was moving her mouth and talking or trying to form words, on one side of the mouth makes me wonder, did she have a seizure? Because she couldn't form her words, she couldn't talk, or she was trying to form the words with her mouth, and no sound was coming out, and her heart started beating really fast, and then it would go slow, and then it would bump, 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 then bump, 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 like very irregular heartbeat, and it affected her lungs and her breathing, her ability to think, to see, to walk. These things were starting to happen while she was in surgery. That's what she's telling me. But it was kind of subtle, but underneath, they know because they see. They have the heart monitors, the breathing monitors. And I'm wondering, who was her anesthesiologist? Was this anesthesiologist a medical doctor? Was this a licensed medical doctor? And what is the record? If we can find out that they won't even admit she had surgery at this doctor's center, I'm sure it will come out eventually. They're not talking now or telling the police anything, but they're going to have to. If it's verified that she got surgery with that doctor that she was photographed with, was that a medical doctor that was her anesthesiologist, or was it some nurse practitioner or some other medical person that was taught how to give anesthesia? Because that's going to be a real bad problem for whoever did this, because we can't.
All right, so we just got a live testimony. Walt Wanna says he just did. So we just had a live response in the chat. It was from Walt Wanna. She said he just did. So you were just speaking about the doctor, him coming out. They were going to have to get their things in order, get in line. He wasn't going to be looked at as being held accountable. All that is happening.
And I saw him speaking out. He did not call that girl name. He did not address her. He addressed his clinic and said he give everybody post-op examinations. He never mentioned her name or what happened to her, or offer condolence, or even acknowledge she was in his office, honey. When he spoke out from what I saw, whoever said it could correct me, he didn't even address her or her death, or that she was his patient. Is that what they're referring to? The doctor just came out?
Uh-huh. And this live that we're looking at right now on your screen, guys, this was streamed live on June the 8th, 2023.
That was before, right? Wasn't that the date before B. Simone them did they group tribute to her on the video and said the auntie was there?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you look and see the date. Let me see, what was the date on that? Because I don't think it was before June the 8th when B. Simone on her channel. I can't see it right now. My phone tripping. When B. Simone, somebody can look it up. Or can you look it up, baby, to see? It's on B. Simone channel. When they did that group tribute talking about how her death affected them, and they talked to her the day before and how they found out, and the auntie called. See, was that before June the 8th?
Okay, let me see.
On B. Simone channel.
Okay, so let me go ahead and go to B. Simone's channel. All right, while I do that, I did just want to point out these facts of,
okay, go ahead.
Go
ahead, but he did not. If the devil they were talking about, the doctor came out, he did not mention her. He didn't mention Jacky. He didn't even call her name. He just said he was safe. It's safe to come to him and get work done.
Right. Okay, so I'm at her page right now. And this was on brand new. I'm on B. Simone's page right now. It says brand new episode. We are dedicating this episode to Miss Jackie O. We love you so much, friend, and it's always gonna be the lucky 7. Long.
What's the date?
This it just says a week ago. It doesn't have the date on here.
Open it up, baby, where it says more underneath the video. More information by the title. It'll show you the date. Look at the title, look at the end of it, you'll see the word more, and you click on it, it'll give you more information. Okay. Or share it in the chat so people.
Oh, June 21st. This was on June 21st.
You see that? I said it before anybody knew it.
Yep. Wow. Here, I'm going to share this so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is Jackie O's friend, and she has definitely I don't even know how to feel about B. Simone right now, to be honest.
Okay. Then they sent a paperwork party. He said that she just lost her boyfriend. Like, it's weird shit around her. People die around her.
All right. So should we go ahead and continue with the live reading?
I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to. I mean, unless, like I said, you're glad that you're more than welcome to open it, to upload anything on my page. I don't mind, unless that's what your audience want to hear. It's up to you.
Okay. So let's maybe start from here. I know I did have a few questions. I know, rest in peace, and I'm so excited, but Jackie O has been at your home, at your altar. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you can share with us? Maybe a message that she wants to get out?
Oh, I've already put those up. I have the altar readings there in too, because her fans like it. People like it when I light the altar and light her candles, and I come live and I just interpret what I'm hearing them say. So she said she was set up and murdered, and she said those women, her friends, did it, and I seen them. I seen 3 of them in there. And like I described them, one was some bright red looking hair. I don't know if that's a wig, or she dyed her hair red, along with all of them sitting on that sofa. And that B. Simone, that energy from her is real dirty. Along with the other one that's sitting there with her, they look sweet and innocent and young, and they all talk soft, but they're inside that industry, and they will hustle and do whatever they got to do to be next. And B. Simone understands, like the rest of them that's around her, understands that to get higher, you're going to sleep with somebody, you're going to do some favors, you're going to get opportunities, or you're going to sacrifice somebody, as well as a mixture of those several things that go together. So let's see who else get bumped off. But it seemed like Jacky is the one that was the most successful around them. And even though they busy in the industry, they were siphoning off of her and vampiring off of her. That's why she cannot rest. She did not say, because I saw she did not die in surgery. This is some shit that went on inside that hotel room, but it was not hotel staff that did nothing to her. This was internal. I hate to say that, especially now that I know that it's her goddamn aunt. But I know them groups. See, people can do spells that are around you.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm listening to you. I do apologize. I think I cut you off.
Oh, what part did you hear last?
No, I was listening to you. I just had an interruption with the music. I'm listening now. Go ahead.
Yeah, when they put spells and women are around you and they're in the same industry that you are, and they want to just be just as beautiful, just as big a star, just as popular as you are, and blow up and be just as rich as you, they will all get together. It's a Hollywood movie. I forgot the name of it. It came out a couple of years ago, where these young women were models, and they're very brutal in that industry, and some of them were told they weren't enough and didn't meet the standard, like the photographers. This one girl came into town very naive and innocent, and when they saw the photographer liked her and liked her beauty, what she didn't know was they were heavily into the occult. They became friends with her and sacrificed her, and then started taking pieces of her body parts and her blood to consume, to get power, and then get the same jobs and to take on her beauty and her energy. This thing is very, very real, and that's what they did. Men and women played a role in this, and look at who's around her. A lot of those women you think are so sweet and innocent, they're vampires, because they know to come up, you got to give blood. And if you're not careful and you're not a part of it, you will be the one that's blood is sacrificed. She didn't see this coming, because it was her friends and her auntie around her. See, we don't know what the auntie know and who the auntie is, because when I just laid the cards out and asked about the auntie, what's coming up here is death, the death card, the Five of Swords, and judgment. So the auntie was in some type of conflict. There's some shit went on down there. Conflict and disagreement, as well as jealousy and competition around this girl. And the auntie is included. Then it shows the Ace of Swords and the Moon and the Nine of Wands. So the auntie took control and dominated Jacky. And this was a heavy burden on her, and it was physical burden where she could not win because they had her incapacitated. It was magic done, and I believe the auntie is into the occult, because it's showing it right here. And this girl was set up because the death card was right here, and there was jealousy and arguments and confusion and competition. I hate to say it, but it looked like the auntie might have been jealous of her niece. And along with them girls around her, and it's like, I'm gonna show you I'm better, I'm above you, I'm smarter, I'm stronger, I'm more dominant. And I'm going to put you in a position through death to come up and show you I'm the strongest and get what I want. And now Jacky is speaking from the other side. You know what? I hate to say that. I really hate to say that about an auntie. But, some family members will do off the young and do off the children. The younger ones that make the money. They don't have any deep love for their own relatives.
Well, speaking of not having love, I noticed at the funeral, the auntie made a statement, and she says something about, they thought I was going to be here temporarily, but no, I'm here for good. Because
she want to watch over her estate and run it and control it with the daddy. The daddy is something else, baby. Don't ever underestimate that daddy, because the daddy is a wily fox, honey. That daddy is crazy like a fox. He's very cunning and shrewd. Every time I look at him, I get a police energy. I get a law enforcement energy. I get a military energy. I get a like intelligence energy, insurgency, and counterinsurgency. If he has not been in the military or police, he knows people in those industries that have trained him and that will do things with him. He knows protocol and even doing surveillance on people, spying on people, and having people to do it for him that are very loyal. The daddy ain't no joke. He'll play stupid, like he played that game with Paperwork Party that day. And I heard that he said, "Are you taping me?" He said, "No, sir, I'm not taping you." And when he said, "Okay," the Master X said, "You taping me?" And I said, "He's spiritual and he has some abilities." And he knew the young man was lying. And I said, "See, that's an old school slick ass nigga right there." So see, when he's also very perceptive and he has some psychic abilities, he has some discernment. So when he asked him, I knew then, I said, "This finna go downhill, goddamn it," because when he said, "Are you?" And he said, "No, sir." He said, I knew then he knew he was lying. Even though he tried to change it and say it's not taping, it's live, but we all know, you and I know, if you cut this off right now, you don't save it, it's gonna be destroyed. If you save it, it's recorded.
Yes.
So he was doing semantics, and I said, that's a slick old serpent right there. He shouldn't play with him, because that's a cutthroat motherfucker right there. He really don't know what he's playing with. So I could pick it up, and I knew then it was going downhill. He said, "Are you?" He said, "No, sir." I said, and he said, I know, you see what I'm saying? I know I could pick it up. I said, now, if he had went along with it and kept stroking his ego, he would have got whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
And then the next day he was upset. He said, "You lied to me. You lied to me. Why you lied?" He said, "No, sir." I said, "Why don't he just tell the man? Just lick up to him and say, 'You right, sir. I lied, and this is why I lied. And I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm sorry.'" It would have been all right. But because he said, I knew it. When I asked you, I knew it. I said, "Oh, God, he has made an enemy of the wrong person, because this is the main one behind this here. This is the one got the power and control." And you see, he showed he has the power and control. He took that girl to California.
Yeah.
What kind of nigga is going to fuck a woman, live with a woman, have a relationship and a business with a woman, and own percentages of it, have children with a woman, and she grown, and let her daddy come and take her body? See, I knew then he had infiltrated the camp. I just didn't know how he did, because I didn't know that was her dad's sister. And then she said, because I said he was surveying her. When I have the readings with her daddy mentioned, I said, "Why didn't the daddy want the daughter or save the daughter?" I knew he knew everything that was going on, girl, before it happened. And he came right in and said that shit he said about Adam and Eve being non-black and white with some pink bone in there, goddamn it. I heard this shit. I knew then he didn't like that funeral. He was very angry, and he didn't like DC for her. He didn't want her being with him. He didn't want them cheering with her, and I knew he wasn't going to take them cheering and raise them cheering. And now from what y'all explained it to me, it looks like I'm right. The auntie goes sit down here and watch your woman, make sure they taking care of the daddy. Don't want them some niggas to, let me watch what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Jesus. I don't want to put no root on my ass. Goddamn, I have to fight him off, because I see that's what that nigga's about, baby.
You say you don't want to put a root on your ass, so you got to fight
it off, and I fight him off, because I already been fighting, and I believe he done heard some shit I said on one of his, because I've had to fight like hell, baby. Since I said that shit, they tried to choke my ass out, tried to kill me. I've had to fight like a motherfucker since I've been helping her and revealing this shit, and I know the daddy in the shit. That daddy's down with that magic shit.
It's definitely giving magic, but let's go ahead and take a look at the auntie and her testimonial at this funeral. But before we go into that, what about the look? Did the look of the aunts and everybody, like their dress code. Did any of that stand out to you?
Girl, I'm from the South, so no, it didn't. That's Southern protocol, them big ass goddamn it. Like I said, it's the auntie and it's the motherfucking girls and it's the daddy that was sitting back on the shit because he didn't want it to work out for her anyway because she defied him over that other daughter. You heard him when he said the girl Brooke told her half sister that I'm the favorite, not you. I knew it was a jealousy and the daddy pitted them against each other. Why? Because Brooke is his flunky and Brooke will go along with whatever he said. He didn't like that Jacky liked them niggas, see? Them black nappy-headed kind of goddamn niggas like him. And that she did what the daddy didn't want her to do, because that's not the way the daddy wanted her to go. Her daddy wanted her to be a lawyer. And her daddy wanted her to be with white folks or something that looked like him. So the daddy was controlling from a distance because he couldn't control her directly. The daddy's very aggressive. He's an extreme narcissist. And he's secretly into the occult. He's very shrewd. He's very wise. And he knows how to play games. And he sicked the sister on him because he knew he couldn't come down here and do it because Jacky wasn't going to allow it. So it's like, what exactly are you asking me? Because I already know it's the auntie with the daddy. And them dumbass girls around her that would do anything to rise above her while they act like they love her. And watch her laying there like that, fucked up and broke all up and cut all up.
Exactly. Let's go ahead and hear from Jackie O's father and mom emotional speeches at her funeral.
Your support that you have given me, calling me Momty. I'm not Auntie, I'm Momty. I became her mom. She became my daughter. And
the Bible says, Lord, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be holy and acceptable sight.
Yesterday, Miss Jackie O's relatives gave moving speeches.
Okay. So what I need to do is I need to speed up to that auntie speech. I don't know if she spoke. Okay, here it is right here. Let's get into it.
Family, friends, and most important,
Jacky, because Jacky was out here alone without family. That being the case, she, from the West Coast to the East Coast, was able to join with the family.
You know what? That auntie is so problematic. She was taking lyrics from Lil Kim's song, East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, but she just had to like dim it down a little bit.
Why is she telling me the girl was alone? She was not alone. Like, why did you have to follow that girl down here? She was happy with her man and her family. They loved her. Everybody loved her in Atlanta. The family took her in as if she was one of their own. Nobody hurt her down here. She wasn't alone and scary. You could tell she was very comfortable with DC. His mother was at the house, very comfortable with them, very comfortable with the life she created on her own. And I really feel like the father wanted to sabotage it. And the auntie was this secret operative and agent. She like she's so sweet and naive and just so in love with her niece while she was vampiring off of her niece and reporting back to the daddy.
Yeah. Kim says that they were mad that she left California and moved to Atlanta.
Who said that?
Kim G in the chat, she says they were mad she left California. So her family, like the aunt and the dad, was mad that she left and moved to Atlanta.
Girl, I had said that before. And the reason the daddy is extremely narcissistic and controlling and possessive of her. He wants to control all his children, especially the girl. See that other one? He said Brooke is the favorite. Brooke said she's favorite. Brooke scared to be Jacky. Because Jacky gonna do what she want to do and what make her happy. And she love that black dick up there. What her daddy hates. What he told her, I don't want to see. And I don't want you married to and have children by. She did the opposite of everything this nigga say. But the other one, Brooke, that so-called favorite that told her to want to hurt Jacky because she's jealous of Jacky and want to beat Jacky and want to compete with Jacky, but too afraid to stand up to her daddy and beat Jacky because she don't want the daddy slick talk about people behind their back. and talked about Jacky, but he act like he loved her and loved them children when they went out there to visit. But he was very upset because she had her own mind and she might talk soft, but Jacky's very strong will and got a temper if you push her or you're gonna make her do what she don't want to do. And go, yo, he could not control her. So it's like one way or another, I'm going to break you. So in a way, he feels relieved. It's so sad to say, Lord, forgive me. He feels relieved because she ain't blowing up without his blessing and his approval of what he can say, I did that. I made that. She was self-made. Do what she want to do. And he's a supreme narcissist and a control freak of his children. He didn't like that shit, not one goddamn bit. And the sister scared of him and bowed down to him too. So she do what he said. Because she followed her down here to keep up shit indirectly and get all in her business and tell her business, report back to her daddy while he undercover wishing the shit fucked up. And then she implement the plan because she's his soldier. She on her brother. Just like you see, after he upset the great minister and told him it wasn't being taken, you see after that, he called down on the medical examiners or whatever he tried to find out. The daddy got that on lock. So if you put the daddy on the phone, if you ask the daddy and the daddy tell me it's okay, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
He lets you know what it is. And he got eyes and ears everywhere. This guy, the daddy's very connected, baby. He's not nothing to play with. He got people in high places and students and shit that'll do anything for this man that come back and report to him. I don't know what he is and what he do, anything about him, but that's just what I feel. And he holds a grudge, and he likes to pay motherfuckers back for fucking with him or speaking against him and not bowing down and shit. He's really dangerous. Really dangerous.
Well,
and he sit there and talk soft, and on the goddamn, speaking of that, the church, with that goddamn women's scarf on, that silver leopard print and shit with that pendant on the side. See me throwing a cold in. Because he know he got in the Chocolate City, the gay capital. So he's being two-faced and double-sided. He's saying one thing and meaning another because he think he's smarter than everybody. He's playing a cat and mouse game, just like he's doing with paperwork. He think nobody know nothing but him. Anybody see nothing but him while he laughing with you and quote scriptures and shit with you. You don't know where you at. Somebody walk up on you or talking to you or in the chat and shit that's finna set your ass up for him or doing surveillance for him. I'm sorry, that's just what I get back to daddy. He's satisfied he got his daughter back with him, even though she in the goddamn ground. That's what I'm saying, goddamn. You where you belong with daddy, under daddy's control. And you would have been alive here with daddy if you did what the fuck I said. So now you paying for it and you back where you belong with me, under my control. Even if you're physically dead, you still gonna do what daddy say, goddamn it. In the end, you will always be back with me because that's what the fuck I want. And I told you not to do this and go against me, and you see what they done did. It's like, I hate to say that. You know, I'm willing to be wrong, but that's what the daddy got a diabolical mind and an extreme narcissist and a control freak, especially over females. You don't feel like females are smart as him or got sense. And if they round him, bitch, you gonna bow down, bitch. Pimp the old down, bitch, then you know that. Even though you my daughter, bitch, it's where it goes. And if you don't get in line, bitch, I'll put you in line one way or another. Shit. You ain't gonna be out here with my name doing what the fuck you wanna do. If it's what the fuck I don't want you to goddamn, the fuck you think you is. The daddy's something else, baby.
All right. So let's hear what Auntie has to say. Remember, guys, this is a live funeral. There was no tears that had come down her eyes. When you talk about momty, she looked up to me as a mom. I'm gonna tell you like this: if I was a mom and my supposed or somebody called me their mom, my child dies, I don't even think I'm gonna be able to talk. because I'm going to be grieving. I'm going to be crying. I'm not going to be sitting up there smiling and looking around to see who all there and who got their phone on me.
Okay.
It's a problem. Let's get into it.
Loving family that took her in as their own. Mama, you took her in as your own, didn't you? You call her her daughter. She calls you mama. And DC, we thank you, son. We thank your nephew. You became our nephew. Because you guys had all these babies, Nova, Nala, Honey, and Prince Nehemiah, I decided to stay longer and longer and longer. It wasn't until November that I decided to change my address from California to here. And not knowing that it would be a temporary time I would have with Jacky and these babies. But it's not temporary, no. I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay to take.
Did you hear that? They thought it was.
Yeah, but be over that money and that estate. They ain't finna take that from her and her goddamn brother. What the hell is you saying?
She said they thought. She said they thought I was gonna be temporary. Oh no, I'm here to stay.
Okay.
I mean that sound like, oh, they thought they were gonna get away, but I got that ass. It's time to enjoy this money.
Y'all ain't finna run this over me and my brother. That's my niece. That's our property. She belongs to us. Y'all think y'all finna pull one goddamn, but see, she must know something that we don't. And that's probably them some sorry motherfuckers. And even DC didn't really lock her businesses down with her, and she didn't leave them for him to control. You know, that's really something. That shows that, you know, he didn't marry her, and he clearly didn't have no business property because you're a grown ass man. They got 3 children about this lady, but it's her fucking auntie and her daddy can come down here and handle things and take her body from here. You know, if it was me, I wouldn't have let them take her body from her children unless her children are going to be moved to California. Why would you take, I mean, that's some cold shit, some narcissistic shit. Them little babies, they already lost their mama, and that's hard because she's with her babies all the time. And then they can't even physically go to a monument to grieve her properly and pay homage to their mama and spend time with her once a week or whenever, put flowers on her grave and tell her how much they love her and miss her. She's in the ground where they at. Y'all, she's already had her mama taken from them physically, and now you're gonna dig it in even deeper and take her whole body, so they can't even grieve her by having her near the same way he claimed her mama left her, and her family didn't engage her and see her, so she physically didn't get to see her mother. She only saw her father and his family. That makes me wonder, just seeing the way he's behaving with this, did you run her mother away? Did you do something, or did the mother really turn her back on Jacky? See, I'm really wondering, because with him, he's going to present what he wants you to see. The daddy's mind is like a fucking steel box. But then in a way, he's like the Joker. He will show you what he wants you to think you see. He'll tell you what he wants you to think you know, and it be a fucking distortion and an illusion and shit. Painting sand castles in the goddamn air. It really make me wonder now. He ain't got the children with him, but you're going to take a mama, even though that's your daughter, that's a grown lady that got 3 kids, and now they mourning and cannot grieve on no kind of level. What you going to do, try to make them pay to bring them girls out there to see their mama? You know, because she's not even where she gave birth to them and where she resided in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's clear you had a real dislike and a resentment to do that to your daughter, knowing how much she loved her nigga, her children, and her family that she built down here by herself.
Exactly.
Like he resented his daughter's success, and you're jealous of your daughter. You want to manipulate and control her, and the auntie gonna do whatever the daddy say. She's all about greed and now trying to get her fame on out your niece. But don't let her fool you, baby. Don't let the smooth taste and soft voice food because the auntie's a liar, okay? And Jacky was the sheep. And if they try to put her out or take Jacky's shit or take her name off of it, oh baby, she'll let you know she's the female side of her brother. She's the female side of Jacky daddy, bitch. That ain't nothing to play with right there. The auntie, because she got the daddy bagged up. That's his little pit bull right there.
That's the agent. It's like a kind of like an industry plan.
Thank you. The daddy made sure he gonna run that. And you see he did. He gonna take that goddamn lady body like that and basically stand there in the church and said, y'all ain't shit. Y'all some house niggas and y'all don't even know who the fuck y'all is. But I do, goddamn, and I'm finna let y'all motherfucking feel my rap and let all y'all motherfucking country niggas know what the fuck time it is.
Yeah. So close that casket and send her she about to go to LA. Because I don't know what y'all thought this was. I'm about to give her a real film.
Okay, and took control, went down there and locked down the motherfucking morgue down there in Miami. We can't say nothing to you without her daddy's approval. Daddy done went and locked all that shit down. And why? Because you know, and your sister know what the fuck happened to her. And you don't want us to know. And them girls know. And we just love her. We just want to tribute. So why don't y'all tell us what the auntie said, what happened to her then? Because the auntie right there, I knew it, goddammit. You heard me say that shit. I said, nah, there was a black female with her from Atlanta that was down there. I forgot I said it to you. Happened to pick that particular ring. I said, God, wait a minute, what the fuck? I just said. You said, yes, you did. I know it.
Mm-hmm.
He told me. Jacky told me. She went by outside. I said, She told me it's a black female that came from Atlanta. But it was an older one with money, and it was a young one too. They eased off and tried to keep that shit quiet and travel back up here and gonna play that fucking nut roll. I knew it, and now you see what them fucking came out. God damn. Drill. Just call me Drill.
Listen, face card never declines, neither does your work. And I'm always going to support you. And speaking of supporting you, let the people know where they can follow you. I did put your Instagram link in here. So guys.
Yeah, I'm going to put my YouTube channel, Alexyss Tylor, Alexyss K Tylor, and Instagram, Alexyss K Tylor, Vagina Power. Yeah, it's my Instagram, but I'm always on YouTube. And they can see my videos there. And my cash app, Queen Drip King Nip, one word, if they want to donate to continue the work. And I also do private readings. I cook, make products too. I've been talking to somebody on Instagram. They're like, I live in Decatur. I want some of them Cajun greens. And I was like, okay, you can get your plate this weekend. You can get some since you're down here in the A. You can find me in the A.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not comfortable mailing them out yet. I got to get the procedure and make sure it's safe and, they stay frozen. I got to know how to pack them properly so nothing won't happen because I don't want no bacteria and then somebody said I made them sick. But if you're in the A, I cook them fresh the same day so you can get it.
Okay. So,
they done fell in love with them Cajun greens and they want those. And so, I'm gonna make a fresh batch because my girlfriend coming back over here to get some. Girl, I've been marinating them steaks and shrimps and shit for about 3 days now. So when I cook them tomorrow and them greens, it'll be real good.
We got breaking news. Christina M says there's a new detective on Jackie O's case. We tried to call and talk to them today. It was so much cover-ups.
I know.
You just said that.
And a lot of times when they begin an investigation, but see, the daddy have really read them. Oh, I just got chills. The Riot Act, they don't want to be sued. As well as I understand, they don't want to speak about, an ongoing investigation unless you're a relative or you've been given permission where they can discuss it with you. That's the problem. They don't put roadblocks for paperwork. To get him sending, negative energy out. But then, you know what? I felt this. I don't know if you felt it too. When I talk the paperwork, I don't know what his real name. I don't know what he looked like. Mm-hmm. But I can tell that he got a spiritual
gift. Yeah, I felt that too.
He can pick up shit, and I like the way he plays. And he calling folks and talking shit and standing up and dig down to get information. Oh, but I see people don't like him for that, especially that daddy. The daddy really don't put a spiritual hit out on him. So he needs to really work on protecting himself before he calls, because he has to realize too, you dealing with them polices. And even at the coroner's office, they're still tied to police and judges. So that would be Masons. People that are into the occult, they are taking the oath. And for some reason, I believe that daddy might be a Mason. If he ain't one, he's in that order and he deal with them. And the daddy got secret power we don't know about. And the daddy also deal with a group of people that do the spiritual work for him and put spiritual hits out on people. I think a part of him also likes paperwork, but he wanted him to kind of bow to him. And now he's showing him, okay, you really don't know who I am, you don't know who I know, you don't know the reach I got. For some reason, I feel spiritually that's what this is about too, letting you know. Because he listens to him faithfully. And you have people that, oh, so you think you gonna do that to me and not bow to me and kiss my ass and apologize to my enemy, and then you think you're gonna still find out about my daughter and go here and go there? Let me show you who I am. And I feel like this man, paperwork picks up on it. I think he's very perceptive and very spiritual, along with his street sense and his book smarts and his knowledge, his intuition. He's like a triple threat. I can't say triple because I don't know what he looks like. You know, you have the looks, the brain, and the talent. And he has the charisma, so I don't know him.
Oh, yeah, he's handsome. Oh, he's a handsome, yeah.
I kind of got that vibe. And I heard his voice. So you understand. I don't have to see you. I can see your voice. I can see your picture. I don't have to see your picture to see what you are, what spirit's on you and off of you. He got that side from somebody in his family, and I'm picking his mama up too, where he's real spiritual, and like that man said about his grandmama. I picked that up. That's true. But he's got that, what they call that woman's hand, what the country people call that woman hand, where he's a male. He can talk to people and be very persuasive and charming. Unless there's somebody over him, like this guy right here, that has connections, the intuition, and the same types of gifts, but also the ruthlessness to go with it and the connections, along with actually having the nerve to do spiritual shit to fuck you up or to create obstacles for you. He's trying to put up spiritual walls for him as well as call. Because he has influence we don't know about, but he's showing it right now.
Well, Christina says, I also learned today that the dad met the doctor. That's what papers said today. Paperwork Party said that today. So you just now get in here. Alexyss, you just said, oh my goodness.
But I didn't know that. I ain't here today. The daddy is very persuasive. The daddy's like a warlock to me. He reminds me of a warlock as well as a Mason. He's taken secret science and secret oaths and into occult work, working with a group that's also religious, that we don't know how deep that political influence goes. And if the daddy says at that time, he already know because the sister know. The sister was, damn girl. The sister was right there giving the daddy the blow by blow. She saw that girl die. And she kept saying to me, you could have helped me. Why you betrayed me? Why you do that? I loved you. Why you do that? Girl, this shit is so creepy to me. And so scary to me. He just needs to make sure he has protection on him, baby, because they're going to try to create blocks because they know he's the type of man that'll keep digging to expose. And they done already told him, don't let him expose shit. Don't tell him shit. Give him the runaround. I'm not saying he ain't gonna be able to get it. I could be wrong. But baby, I see this man is playing chess with him and Zigzag. Zigzag, my boy. That's what reminded me of on that movie. Z. What the movie is right there? Is that his name? the one that lock them, that horror movie that lock them in that room and make them go through all kinds of tests and questions. And if they answer the question wrong, he fucked them up with that soft jigsaw ass. That's the thing. He likes to play cat and mouse games. Oh, you think you're just as smart? I see you talented, you could be. But we're going to see who wins because I'm going to play games with you. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to get the ups on your ass and go behind your motherfucking back. And then I'm going to listen to you call and do that shit. And I'm going to laugh to myself. I could be wrong. But I'm saying that about the daddy, baby. You better watch how he play with that daddy.
Yeah, this is a bit much. So Alexyss, so if anybody wanted to get a reading from you, how would they connect with you?
I don't read everybody. So what they need to do is hit my email. They'll have to send me their face picture and a picture of everybody they ask about and send me the exact question because I don't do open-ended readings. I don't do vague readings. Oh, what my life look like. Oh, am I going to fuck this nigga? Oh, am I getting married? Goddamn it. I don't do those types of readings because some of that shit I don't need to tell you. But direct questions, if somebody crossing me, if somebody puts something on me, how do I get it off? It's a particular job I want, particular house I want. Here's the picture of the house. Here's the address of the house. What can we do? What can I, things like that direct. If not, don't contact me. Find somebody else to play with if I ain't got time for it. My email is alexyssktylerbp@gmail.com. It's my name, one word, alexyssktylerbp as in vice president @gmail.com. I'll look over it. If I accept it, I'll let you know and give you my rate. Because I have 15 minute, 30 minute, and an hour.
Okay. And actually, we have another testimonial. Kim G writes in, she says, what unfolded on Paperwork Show today is what Alexyss saw and described, especially about the daddy. Nailed it. Amazing to see.
Girl, what happened?
What happened? Because I didn't even...
about the daddy?
You know what? I feel like with this interview, I ain't gonna lie, like my energy was kind of like a little twitchy today. But I wasn't even able to watch his show this morning. What happened, Kim G? If you
something he said that she heard me say in a reading.
She says on all the shows, she called it all.
And then I heard a small show today. It was like 20, 30 minutes where he said, I put in a report. That's the only thing I heard today. He called I don't know what he was, what position was he, an investigator or he was someone that, I don't know if he was a police officer. He said, I asked for a report, a police report. You sent it to me, but then you redacted everything. I just like scribbled, like draw the magic marker through all this shit and gave that man that shit with it drawn through. All this shit. And he said, why did you do that? He said, can you send me another one that's not redacted? And then I heard some laughing and shit in the background, some different people talking at some point in the background. Who the fuck is that laughing and all that talking like it's a joke? And the man started acting like it was a joke. He's like, no, if I send it to you, I'm going to send it. That's the daddy. That's the daddy, goddammit. And he said, well, what about, the autopsy report? I think he asked my dad or the medical report. He said, you can't have it. He said, why I can't have it? And it's because, still an ongoing investigation. It's not concluded yet. So, and then I heard him I heard some people in the back and I heard some demons in the back, like cackling and shit. And I said, oh, okay. I see what this is. That's all I heard today. I heard that little bit and I don't even want to hear no more because this got the daddy wrote all over it. And then he was like, I can't do that. I can't give it to you. That's all the part I heard. And I said, this is what I said. He is trying to jam him and put a spiritual wall up, and plus he don't put the word out. Because he all he need to do is kiss that man's ass. That's all he gotta do. And tell him he's sorry and shit. Like he's his son or underneath him or his student or something. That's all he need to do, bow down and tell daddy, just go apologize to dad and sit on daddy's lap, goddammit, because he's spanking him.
Right. So Alexyss, Christina says, I didn't watch his whole show, but it was a mess. He tried to get the detectives and everyone is on vacation for the next 2 weeks. Well, yeah, it's the 4th of July. I went behind him and called for myself. Christina, if you can send me that info, I just put it in the chat Send me that info so I can do my research as well. Alexyss, royal special guest, actually your family here. Um, I do have somebody in the backstage. Are you open to talk, ask questions? I mean, um, do you want me to allow somebody on the panel?
Yeah, I'm just not gonna stay too long. I'm saying I'll let them talk if that's what you want to let them do. I mean, they can take over. You want to interview somebody else, that's cool.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, guys, on this show, we are taking up donations and I don't want anything. If you guys can just send a donation to Queen Drip, King Nip, send her a donation if you would like to come up and speak. Um, at this time, I would make it an open panel, but the vibration that we're on, I want to kind of stick to the topic. And if we can bless our special celebrity guest, her cash app is Queen Drip King Nip. Okay, so we'll hang around for a few minutes to see if anybody cash app and want to come up and kind of visit a little, and we'll go from there. But
what you said, you opening the panels of somebody you already know that you have on the line?
Oh yeah, well I knew the young lady, but I would like for my special guest to at least receive a donation. You're already doing a special favor for me, and so my way of giving a favor back is asking for a donation for you.
Okay.
So that's how we work around here. Two queens working together. It's not a competition, it's a coalition.
Right.
And this is business, people. You are getting grade A information, the engagement. And like I said, Alexyss K. Tylor is very amazing at what she does. And once again, rest in peace to your father, Jacky Wilson, the late Jacky Wilson. Is her father. Um, and like I said, the face card never declined. She's here, she's working, and she will not be stopped. So, you guys, I want you to share her information. I want you to follow her on Instagram, here on YouTube, and set your notifications because she does have an altar that she has up. She goes, she speaks with Nipsey, and um, shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace for.
Child, they still active. They ain't resting in peace, child. They ain't resting in power because they were murdered. But what I do tell people, if you're the fans of a particular celebrity, like Nipsey fans, they say, hey, I want you to put some food on the altar for him, so here's a donation. I want you to put a candle in the food for Jacky O or King Von. So yes, they have a celebrity and the person's here and I'm reading them. If they want a fresh candle for them, if they want a donation, if they want food for them, then yes, they can send donations and I'll cook it. And I'll put the candle up that they want that person to have.
Okay, so if you guys want to bless the altar, if you want to like maybe contribute to flowers, food, or anything like that, you'll donate.
I love that. The way you said it, bless the altar. I love that.
Yes. If you definitely want to bless the altar, you can send Alexyss K. Tylor her donation. Hers is Queen Drip King Nip. And mine is beautiful zero. Well, of course, $ Queen Drip King Nip, and then mine is beautiful 070707.
I like that.
Absolutely. So yeah, and her cash app is the Queen Drip King Nip with the blue candle.
But did somebody want to get on and ask me something?
Yes. So Dazzle Tara said, "What's her cash app and what's yours?" So Dazzle, I'm gonna go ahead and redrop the link for you to come up.
Because if they want to come on, yeah, go on and ask me now because it's getting late and God, I need to get some rest so I can finish these readings of people that already, paid me. I have private clients.
Absolutely. And thank you once again for setting aside time to come by, visit, and I love your work. I have been following you for ever since I got my hands on one of your first videos, and the one that I like was when you was telling us about, when the guy they put that work up under the hood, and then they start they start smashing on that gas, and they got that meat thumping and bumping in the back.
What I call that hard dick and candy, honey. And yes, when they put that engine on, a lot of times you get, when them niggas be fine and have them pretty cars and revving that engine, you be getting turned on.
Yes. Thank you so much for the cash apps, guys. So Alexyss, we have Dazzle Terror in the building. Go ahead, Dazzle.
Okay.
You're on mute.
Oh, hey. Hello. How are you guys today?
It's working.
Great, and you?
I'm good. First of all, I'm kind of like fangirling out for a sec. Okay, so I love me some Queen Tosa, and I do love you. I'm just no, I'm just fanning out right now. Okay, so
Thank you.
okay,
Yes.
so first of all, I totally agree. Before I get to anything else, I completely agree with the fact that I don't really trust the father. I kind of like the fact that you did all this and said not one thing about your personal relationship, like as far as what you loved about your daughter or anything like that in that funeral, bothered me so bad. And I don't know, maybe and it's weird because I have family members who do that type of stuff who are Christian, but they turn around and for some type of way they try to make a scenario fit their way of thinking, and I think that's what the father did. And I'm like, oh my god, like it kind of made me have PTSD a little. But my whole thing is like my real question is as far as with DC Young Fly, he's now talking about how he's crying and stuff like that. Do you feel like it's going to be a vicious cycle with the children that she unfortunately had to leave behind? Like when it comes to DC Young Fly being their dad, do you think it's going to be like because you marry your father almost? Do you kind of think that DC Young Fly will be the same way with these kids, the way her father was to her?
Well, he already was a narcissist with her. And she always had to feel like she kept stepping up her game to compete with other women and have all that surgery. And she didn't feel like she was pretty enough to keep his attention from any other woman that's trying to get at him. And then like he was secretly fucking around on her, and I don't see him spending a lot of time with them children because his career is going to blow. Like I said, and for him to make money, he has to be on the road. He can't put them around there and take them around there. He's not finna now start having his work and jobs in Atlanta. While and I ain't finna come to Atlanta every time they need to film for him, or he needs to travel to get his money to be on the road. They're gonna have to have other caregivers.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure they have what they need because he's not going to be up under them like that. He's going to be very distant and very narcissistic. He did it to their mom.
Yeah, I agree with that. And as far as because I'm very big on like how people treat kids growing up. I'm hoping that they don't have resentment. But hopefully, and I'm optimistic because at the end of the day, it's how you treat people that they remember. I'm very optimistic that these kids will remember their mother being loving. Do you feel like because of the negative thing, I mean, as far as people throwing negativity, like, hate or shade towards the mom low key and all the other stuff like with the friends in the hotel room and then you have the fake like the aunt fake mother saying all the things she was saying. Do you feel like the kids may grow up and kind of see through it? I mean, hopefully they will. Like, I'm praying that they will.
It depends on who's around them and what they hear. I feel like the oldest one will have the biggest problem because she's older, she was more aware, and she was up under her mommy all the time, and very perceptive and sneaky and very intelligent. She would hear things and understand what people think she don't hear. The other ones are so young. The two other ones and the other little girl, or the youngest little girl, just cute as a button. But I saw a couple videos. She said my youngest one is always getting into something. So they won't remember the baby
Mhm.
and the youngest girl. But the oldest girl was always with her mama and always doing things with her mama. And she loved on that girl a lot and was always with them and making them feel so beautiful and loved and special. The oldest one will be more aware and have more memory of her mother and how much she loved them and still does and worries for them. It's going to be conflict because nobody will ever treat them like they mommy. They only
Mhm.
see some of them don't love the children, but not like their mother unconditionally. She brought them to the planet because that's what she wanted. It will also be a dollar sign connected to taking care of those children. Like with the auntie, she don't
Yes.
full time like their mother did. It's what can I get or what can I do? Or they need to go to therapy. The oldest one right now, because the little ones don't understand and don't know. But some of the relatives love them unconditionally. I do believe the father loves them, but he's not in love with the breath they breathe like Jacky was and is. She was
Mhm.
with him. No, he's not going to be the best father because he won't always be physically present.
Yeah, because I don't know, like I said, it kind of drummed us and stuff because the the whole thing, the whole lesson is the kids because they have to grow up and be in that unwillingly, and it kind of and that's just not putting it on me, but it kind of made me think about my situations that I deal with, and it's heartbreaking, really. And I'm like, oh my god, like you see this funeral and y'all asking the food and these children are going to eventually see this funeral. Like, where is the delicacy in that? So I get it. And another thing is that I really wanted to say that, I have been watching you for the past couple of weeks. I was binge watching, and so I'm so excited that you teamed up with Queen Tosa and did this. So I'm just all happy right now. So thank you so much. And yes, I donated to you, and I'm about to donate to you too, Queen Tosa, when I get off. I just couldn't do both at the same time with my phone. So thank you so much for letting me on, and I really do appreciate y'all teaming up because that was so cute. Thank you.
Sweet. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you, Dazzle. I mean, she is, the queen. I'm just the little queen, just, following her lead, okay? And thank you for acknowledging that you've watched her. So let me ask you this. So what do you know about Alexyss K. Tylor that the audience should know?
Okay, so I have been binge watching, right? And whole time, like, I have another girlfriend of mine that binge watches her too. And I was like, the funniest thing about Alexyss K. Tyler is that she started off all sweet and proper, and then when she get into them readings, it get ghetto. Like, and then the star sounded like my grandmother. Like, 'cause that's how my grandma sounds. She's a whole Aries, but the real thing with my grandma is like when she first tell you things, you get mad at her, and then when and then when you let some time go past and you let things play out, you be like, she was right, and then how could the way she said it was gonna happen? She just said it real messed.
Are you an Aries?
No, I'm a Gemini. Oh,
Alexis, you're a Scorpio or a Sag, right? You're
Yeah, I'm a
Scorpio.
Sag, but I'm a Scorpio, so that's why I thought she said Aries, because I'm like, that's that fire sign.
oh yeah. That's a mess. It's so cute though because like I said, the way they explain it is
That dirty South. Alexis is the dirty South, honey. She give you that
and
nice.
then
Yeah.
I realized that Alexis lives in Atlanta, but the way she talks, like she sounds like my mother-in-law that lives in South Carolina. I mean, that's from South Carolina. So
Oh.
I was like, "You sure she's from Atlanta?"
South, that South vibe, North Carolina, South Carolina, they still have that Southern kind of vibe to them, and then some of them get your gullos. But I try to be nice, and they don't want to hear it. And then I get tired, goddamn it, and I have to come on out. Look, I don't want you to be hurt. I don't want you to trust this nigga. I don't want you to trust this damn no good bitch. It's like I do my son. He don't really listen, so I have to cuss him out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because that's what it gave me. It gave me my grandma vibes. Like, girl, if I would have told, I can give you an example of how she explained the birds and the bees to me and my sister when we was younger, and that's what.
What did she say?
Oh, what she did was, what happened was, I'm gonna tell you. So I think it was. As a matter of fact, I think it was me. I'm not gonna put that on my sister. One of my classmates gave me a condom. Right, so I put it in my book bag or something like that, and I took it home, and they found it. So what she decided to do is everybody had to go to the dining room table. So she had a Miller Lite and the condom, and she unwrapped the condom and put on the Miller Lite, and she and pretty much the synopsis was she was trying to show us what happens with a condom, and she shook it.
What?
And because she put it on top of the nozzle of the Middle Lake bottle, the glass bottle. And she was like, "Y'all want to know about sex? Well, this is what happens. You know what happens? His little dick get hard, and then the condom when they jerk it and da 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 da. Like, and when she did it, I mean, the condom blew up though because the beer was going fast. But that's how I learned about sex. Okay.
I like her already.
Well,
Yes.
then she was talking to my brother and my cousins because they was a nothing. I mean, they were guys, and so they were going out and stuff, and they go to the clubs, and I mean, around that time in DC we had go go's, and we had teenage go go's or whatever. So they go to the club with their friends and stuff, and they would literally like have like condoms like hanging out their mouth or something, within the wrapper and stuff, freaking on girls. And the birds and the bees with her was telling them that their penis was going to fall off. Like she kept saying that they was going to get an ulcer that wrapped around their penis and it was going to fall off. And I'm like, this lady's crazy. Why did she tell us that? Right? I just thought it was funny. Like I didn't really think about it until I took microbiology in nursing school, and it's really a STD that you get from sex that will create an ulcer that wraps around your penis. Your penis can't fall off. And I was like, oh, it's like one of those things you learn later, like, oh, that could happen. So my grandma does say a lot of right things. She just say it in a way that you think that she just crazy. So,
Is she still alive? You still talk to her?
yes, I just talked to her today.
You so lucky to have her.
Yes, I like her. That's my baby.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for supporting me and watching the show and donating. That really means a lot to me. Thank you.
Well, thank you for doing what you do. And honestly, like I said, it was just crazy because I was binge watching you. And I was like, because I just started watching you. And then I was like, oh, Queen Tulsa's about to have her on her channel. What? Let me put the notification on and let me watch this. So thank you for doing this. It was fun. So
I want to meet good people, positive people.
Wow. Thank you so much. And again, Queen Tulsa, thank you again for letting me on. And I'm about to scurry away, but I am going to cash out you too. I just couldn't do it at the same time as me being on stream.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for coming
Okay.
by, supporting. And when you come back in, hit me up on my email and we'll connect. We'll have Alexyss K. Tylor back on the show. I do want you guys to, everybody in the chat, please like, share, subscribe, follow. This journey is just getting started. This was Alexyss' reintroduction. Not that she needed one, but this was her.
But they don't know me. Your group don't know me. I'm honored to be introduced to you all.
Okay. Yes. So reintroducing her, letting everybody know about her, and let's get excited because we have some great projects, some great lives that we're going to be working on. And I just say stay tuned and keep supporting. And thank you for all that you do. Everybody that sent the Cash App. If you weren't able to, when you are, shoot, send $1 or two. But just the view and just coming by and hearing her out was the main goal. So
And
you
they
guys,
were respectful to me. They didn't laugh, even if they're not used to people having, intuitive abilities, and they call it psychic. They try to diminish it down. But when they have intuitive abilities and they're willing to listen to me, and you played excerpts, and when you said the dates, and showed I said these things, there's no way I could have gotten this from anybody else. And they had an open mind to listen and look at the dates and see that I didn't get that from someone else. I didn't copy that. I said it a few weeks, like you said, almost 3 weeks before, 2-3 weeks before the girls came out and said for sure Aunty was with her and called us and told us she passed. And then you heard me say, no, it was a lady from Atlanta down there with her. She wasn't by her goddamn self. That blew my mind when you played it, and your fans were open to me instead of just laughing and saying, get her out here, we don't want to hear this. I really appreciate that. So thank you for introducing me to them.
you are so welcome. And Alexyss, anytime you want to come back, you are definitely welcome here. Um, Paperwork party. If any of the paperwork parties, uh, family is in here, subscribers, y'all let him know that he is definitely, we like him over here, and I want to connect with him. And I want to connect with him. And so you guys, if you guys can feed the information to him, tell him we had a great live tonight. We want to work with him. I want to know what's the next step. I know everybody's.
I love that song. I love that paperwork part of the song he was doing.
Yeah, coming over here and stealing my content, stealing my content.
I love it.
Yes. And so on that note, Alexyss, any last words of encouragement to anybody out there that's listening, and if they had a eye opener today, what would you leave with them?
What you mean encouragement as far as what? Because definitely I want to say if they're psychics and people laugh at them and make fun of them, keep going. Don't listen to that. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that discourage you. Always look for the truth. Always believe in yourself and be confident and know who you are. And I'm glad that you are. Y'all are, a younger generation. Y'all listen to paperwork. Paperwork is doing the work and has people over there to help him do the work. And when these things come up, y'all are intuitive enough now to recognize. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Your dreams, your goals, or what you believe. Always carry that out to the end, because my whole life I was beat up and put down and talked about, starting with my own mother, and try to destroy me and discredit my gifts and my abilities. Always see yourself as someone that is grand and beautiful and that's unique and that is supreme, and stay away from negative people that always try to tell you you're nothing or they're better than you or bigger than you because of your circumstances where you're going. I used to sleep in my car. My mother put me out with only the shoes on my back and clothes on my feet, took everything from me, and then said I would be dead in 2 weeks because I wasn't street smart and too dumb. And I was 19 years old. And I'm still here because I refuse to let that be a prophecy that was fulfilled that came out of her motherfucking mouth.
Don't let nobody speak bad shit on you and curse your life or tell you your natural gifts and abilities are stupid or not real or you crazy. You stand in your power and you walk in your power. And you prove everybody wrong that said you stupid or you'll never be nothing or accomplish nothing because of the things that you went through. You always had the power to overcome anything or anybody that put their goddamn foot on you or put their fucking mouth on you. Mama, daddy, anybody.
Boom. And just like that. Well, just like that. Listen, Alexyss, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all that you do for the community. Thank you for being open to sharing your wisdom with the community. I'm glad that my audience really gravitated towards you. And this is going to be even bigger. And so the anybody that's out here in the chat, tell a friend, each one teach one. Let's get on the train of bettering ourselves, bettering ourselves, our situations, and help is available. Reach out to Alexyss K. Tylor on YouTube. Watch her videos. Set your notifications. Sometimes she goes live late at night, sometimes during the day. They're always coming. So you always want to set your notifications and follow her on her journey.
Okay, baby. Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
Good night.
Okay, good night. We'll talk soon. All right, guys. So that was Alexyss K. Tylor. Like I said, if you guys want to donate to her, her cash app is $Queen Drip King Nip. She is on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. She's on YouTube. She does have an altar. If you guys want to bless the altar with food, flowers, or anything like that, you'll just cash up her. She'll go live. She'll show you all of where your money went. So it's not like, she's just collecting money and there's nothing being done. But it is a royal setup. The altar is for those that crossed over, and so, yeah, I feel like this was an amazing show, and I can't, I wouldn't have had anybody else on here. She's very trustworthy. She's about her business. She keeps her word, and anything that I have ever received from her was amazing. I will be traveling to Atlanta. I can't say when, but when I do, just know that I'm going to ease by there and get me a down south plate of food. Okay. All right. So we have Maisha Dunn says, oh, Kim G's. Okay. Here, I missed a few comments. Dazzle says, got it. Love you. Love you too. Dazzle, that Tara. You guys make sure you go over and follow her channel. She be dipping and doing, child. Okay. She says, amen. Kim G, thank you so much. Maisha Dunn, thank you so much. Vernicia says, paperwork, said he had a bad headache after talking to the father. Yes, the father is on some other stuff with him. And so if you guys know paperwork, have him reach out to me. I want to connect with him and cover some stories. Somebody says, stand on it. Kim G says she helped save my daddy. Oh, wow. See, we have live testimonials in here. We have live testimonials, and I think the show tonight was amazing because we had people that, know her work and watched her, are big fans. So, it's like, oh my gosh, she called this out. And you know what? One thing that really gets me is like, I'll hear one of her videos and she'll be like, well, kind of look out for this. And then when it starts happening, it's like I get into overdrive and I probably send her way too much, but I'm like, oh my gosh, she said this. So let me send it. So if you find yourself sending her stuff after you get confirmations, just know that it's normal. Okay. So on that note, I want to thank you all for coming out. God gifted Alexyss. Yes, he did. And he's got his hand on her. Okay. So guys, lift up a prayer for her. Encourage her if you can. Send her a donation. This queen definitely works hard in the field. And she is for, she's a woman's woman. She's for us. She loves men. She wants to help us all. So just look at her as the queen of the village. You don't have nowhere to go or talk to or get any inspiration. Come here or go to her channel. On that note, you already know girls need love too, but don't forget you are important. And don't forget your self-care. All right? So
need love, yeah. Girls need love, girls need love. Say something. Girls need love.